So I actually quit my job in December 2024, but today I am going to be sharing the real numbers. Trust me, things are unfolding at a really exciting pace. Total startup costs for my business was £725, and that included some basic camera equipment. And then the big one was my Mac Mini. I always had in my head I wanted to bootstrap the business. I don't like being in debt, so taking on a loan didn't really make sense to me. The ongoing costs that I am paying out are basically software that helps me with my editing process. Two softwares that I think are worth paying for are Recut, which I use essentially to automate the removal of long pauses, and then CapCut, where I'm able to introduce captions, overlays, all that good stuff. And that has only been about £215. And something that was super exciting to me was that in April, I, for the first time, actually saw some money coming into the business. That really unlocked a light bulb moment for me where I actually realized it is possible to make money. And so how that came about was that I have a partnership now with Invest Engine. I got a few sign-ups through this, and that meant that I made some money, actually £270 in April of 2025. I'm super chuffed that I've been able to earn money, and even more blown away that it was £270 in my first month of having a viable revenue stream. So this business is all anchored around this YouTube channel, Scrimp and Spend. I am slowly but surely defining the mission and the purpose for the business, but I know it's always going to be about helping people get the best value for their hard-earned income. And a big piece of that puzzle, of course, is investing. The other really, really amazing news is that just after I heard about that, I also hit the milestone required to actually unlock the first part of the YouTube partnership program application. And so that meant that I had hit 750 subscribers here on YouTube. So I have to really, really thank everybody who has watched, liked, commented, subscribed. Without you, none of this would be possible. It is the only place that I've been able to market and share my journey with any real traction and success. And that big number that you probably saw in the thumbnail, which is minus £11,000, that's really the compromise or the willing sacrifice of the earnings I would have made keeping my 9 to 5. Obviously, as a net worth kind of situation, probably a lot worse off at this moment in time, but things are really looking up. I'm starting to believe that I could have my dream life, and that's really encouraging. I have to be extremely grateful for all of the positive signs I've been seeing, because it's really easy to second guess yourself. And also, this is part of the reason why I want to document my journey in real time, because I don't know, I often see stories of people who have made it, and I think if I was gonna do that, surely by then you're looking back through rose-tinted glasses, you have nostalgia. Even if you try and remember how it felt in the moment, I don't think you can really do that with full accuracy. And so here I am, basically spilling everything that I am thinking in the moment. I overall am super optimistic, so I'm going to share my revenue tracking spreadsheet on screen. I don't know that I'm going to be able to hit these targets. I'm not going to lie, this month I am not confident that I'm going to have as good a month as I did last month. So I think I just need to keep my head down though and keep focused on the things that I know that I want to do. So I know I want to keep uploading to YouTube, keep helping you all as much as I possibly can, keep sharing my investment updates. I also want to develop some digital products, and yeah, it's just all about unlocking a few more revenue streams as we go through the months. I want to talk to you as well about how I've managed to keep my costs relatively low as a new startup business. I mentioned that I bought a few things to get started, and I've not been in it alone. So despite the fact that I have not really paid for any formal training, I did find on my search a few really useful resources. The first one that I'm going to mention is Rebel Business School. You get to sign up for free. It's a 2-week program, and that got me in the frame of mind of thinking about my business. And something that they push in that is not having a business plan, which worked pretty well for me because I had like a bunch of different ideas. I didn't know whether I was going to be doing market research, which is more along the lines of my professional experience, or there was tutoring, which was my kind of educational background, or really the wild card was my passion project, which was this was YouTube, this was personal finance and investing, and this was the one that I didn't really want to give myself permission to think that it would work. Like, I thought that's a long shot, and I thought it was going to be a hugely slow burn and that I wouldn't get any traction for like at least a year. But then I got traction way quicker. And so I realized if I had done a business plan up front without any of the knowledge and information, then it would have all gone to waste because I would have needed to completely change my direction. And so the way around that I've been doing it is, actually trying to validate the interest and the need for something. And I think we're already through that. I think I'm going to keep learning as I post content and as I get feedback. I'm really appreciative of the feedback I get here on this channel. It's actually sometimes quite hard to get people in real life to give an honest review, or if I say something that's not quite right, and then I have the chance to educate myself and then improve and enhance the quality of the output going forward, then I love that. And I've heard from so many wise people, and also when you ask questions, it's great because I feel like I'm helping. So there's so many great things about this, but yeah, this is no longer the passion project. This is the full-time business. This is the real business that is going to be growing and is going to help and reach so many more people over the coming months and years. Thank you for being on this journey with me. The other really cool resource that I learned about through the Rebel Business School was actually something called Digital Boost. They help people who are in the process of starting a business with business coaching and mentoring, and all of their mentors on the platform offer their services fully free of charge. I guess if you just take the time to look, there are people, like really good people, and I've seen it on my YouTube channel as well, people actually do take the time to comment, to give you words of encouragement, which I think is absolutely lovely given that we're total strangers to one another. So that's pretty much the update then for the first 4.5 months of running this business. Just thank you so much again for helping me get to this stage, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.